Braves fan for life, 8-time All-Star, 1999 NL MVP. He ended up with a slash line of 303, 401, 529. Spent his whole career in Atlanta. I mean, I'm sure most of us on this page got an opportunity to see him play. Now, from 1993 to 2012, Chipper Jones had an 84.6 WAR. And that is fourth among position players, behind only Barry Bonds, who had 116, A-Rod at 110.9, and Albert Pujols at 85. Chipper Jones, I mean, that freak, he's going to be joining teammates Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Smoltz, Cox. I mean, they've all gone in recently, right? So that Braves dynasty of the early 90s, throughout the 90s, all their icons are getting their due. And Chipper Jones was very special, a very special ball player to watch. I loved watching Chipper Jones play. What an amazing player. So congratulations goes out to Chipper Jones. Now, Vladimir Guerrero, Chipper Jones was a number one blue chip, blue blood kind of deal. I mean, as far as baseball drafts go, he was predestined to be a baseball god. And I know in baseball it is a crapshoot when it comes draft time. And there have been many number one can't miss prospects that missed. And Chipper could have been one of them, but he wasn't. I mean, he's a blue blood. Now, Vladimir Guerrero, he took a totally whole different route to get to the major leagues. Poor kid growing up in the Dominican Republic. He wasn't no can't-miss prospect, He was scrounging for change. Well, there was a coach for the Montreal Expos, Freddie Ferreira. And he's going through the towns of, Santo Domingo, checking out the crop of young Dominican ball players. And he's at this one park, and a guy comes up on a motorcycle and comes up to him and says, "Look, I know this kid. He's a freak. You got to see him. He's 16 years old, and the Dodgers are trying to get in on that action." So the guy's like, "What the hell? Let's go take a look." Goes down to the park, and there's Vladimir Guerrero, 16 years old. Lanky, strong, quiet. Well, he said within, 2 hours of sitting there watching Vladimir Guerrero play baseball, he was a natural. According to whoever story that you'd believe, he either offered him $1,700 or $3,200, but the point is this. Within 3 hours of watching Vladimir Guerrero play baseball in the streets of Santo Domingo, he hired that kid. That's how much of a badass he knew that kid was. Legendary bad ball hitter. I mean, look. I saw with my own eyes Vladimir Guerrero, Camden Yards, and my boy Eric Welsh was with me. Tie game, 9th inning. Orioles closer Chris Ray tries to intentionally walk Vladimir Guerrero, and Vladimir just sends a shot, a missile, over the right field wall of Camden Yards. Runner scores, game over. We don't come back in the 9th. It was awful, but it was crazy. The ball had to be 3 feet off the plate. So, notorious bad ball hitter, probably one of the greatest bad ball hitters ever. And while Chipper Jones was a blue chip, can't miss prospect, there was Vladimir Guerrero in the streets of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And legend has it that he went to the tryouts and he didn't have matching cleats. Now, he's denying it. But it helps the legend. So just keep it. It's true. It's good baseball legend. Congratulations, Vladimir Guerrero joining Chipper Jones. Now, the third pick. He went a totally different route, too. And that was Jim Thome. Jim Thome went late in the draft. Jim Thome was I think if I remember correctly, he might have been like a 13th rounder or something like that. 13th, 16th rounder. By no means was he a can't miss prospect. And the thing that I'll always remember about Jim Thome is that he just had that awesome pose that he used to do before he would step into the batter's box. And I think most of you know what I'm talking about because, honestly, Jim Thome might have been one of the first guys that I remember in the 90s who really brought back the high socks. And, here's this kid, Jim Thome, and he's just so strong and it was I'm sorry, I was just trying to say for a second. He was such a big, strong, strapping kid. And he had that awesome where he would kind of like point the bat at the pitcher. And it was like the most intimidating thing. Here's this kid. I mean, he looks like Paul Bunyan, right? And he's pointing this bat at you, and he's letting you know, I'm going to wear you out. And pitch that, bring it in here, rag arm. Now, he was written in on 89.9% of the 442 ballots. He had a 22-year career, 7 teams, multiple trips to the dance. His 612 dongs put him in 8th on the all-time home run list. He's a 15th player to be inducted with the Indians or the Spiders hat on his bust. And he finished off his career with a 72.9 WAR, 1,583 runs, 2,328 hits, 451 doubles, 612 home runs, 1,699 RBI, a 276 average, 402 OBP, and a 554 slugging percentage. So, congratulations to Jim Thome. And then after that, I was a little bit surprised. And you guys remember, we had the Let's Talk Baseball Hall of Fame vote, and that's in the archives as well. The Hall of Fame show, the Jake Robinson Sports Experience, and all the ballots that were filled out in the Let's Talk Baseball fan book page. We only had 3 guys going in, and that was Chipper, Vlad, and Thome. And it was kind of looking like that. It was going to be that way for a minute. And then Edgar Martinez was kind of sneaking in there. Mike Mussina was kind of getting a little sneaky low towards the end. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like those two fell off. And Trevor Hoffman took over. So Trevor Hoffman is the 4th guy that got voted in by the writers. He had an NL record of 601 saves. And I always laugh at people who say, well, I don't know if I can vote for a DH, or I don't know if I can vote for a closer. Well, look, here's how you got to look at it, okay? If you didn't have closers, there'd be a lot of games that are like ridiculous. Come back 5 runs down in the 9th inning, 3 runs down, 2 runs down, they're coming back. You'd have a lot of comeback wins in the end. And if you didn't have designated hitters, well, then you'd have a bunch of pitchers hitting .87 and striking out about 500 times a year. It's a major league position. Recognize greatness. I mean, it's become such a thing now, especially with the sabermetrics community on just ripping players to shred that had great careers that clearly match up with other guys in this goddamn museum. Give it a rest. And look, I'm with it anyway. I don't care. Look, I wanted Edgar Martinez to go in, but if you don't feel like he's that worthy, then that's it. The majority has spoken. And I had Trevor Hoffman on my ballot, but I didn't expect him to go in. I really didn't. So, if he went in or didn't go in, he was on my ballot, but, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I don't get it. I don't. 601 saves, I mean, that's crazy. Only Mariano Rivera has more with 652. And then, I always get this argument with people. Well, this guy has that. And, it goes back to, I never say, well, this guy didn't get in, so that guy should get in. Or this guy got in, so that guy should get in. One really has nothing to do with the other, to me. Each person is an individual, each career is an individual, their position, the teams they played on, the stadiums they played in. I'm amazed that people can, look at a player and in 2 seconds be like, oh yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Wow. How'd you come up with that? Or no, he's not. He's not worthy. In my eyes, he's not worthy. Wow. I don't know, man. It's cool, man. Baseball is awesome like that. And like Eric Ball out of Baltimore says, that we all agree it'd be a boring-ass fucking world, right? But I know No Stick. He asked me who's getting robbed, who's getting, who's getting jobs out of making a spot here. And look, the writers are smoking. I'm fine with the 4 guys they got in. And I'm fine with the guys that didn't get in. Honestly. I liked having our vote in the Let's Talk Baseball fan page, though. I thought that we acquitted ourselves very, very well. And Trevor Hoffman, he is the ERA of 287, is 5th among relievers. And, Mo Rivera had 221. Billy Wagner, 2.31. Ron Baranowski, 2.79. Bruce Sutter, 2.83. So Hoffman ranks right there among the all-time greats in ERAs. And again, the same thing with frickin' Edgar Martinez. His name is on the NL trophy for best reliever in the fucking league. How you gonna have these guys' names on trophies and not put them in the Hall of Fame? I don't. It's crazy. It's insane. But look, Trevor Hoffman, not bad for a kid, He was drafted by the Reds out of the University of Arizona, 1989. And look, he was drafted as a shortstop. A lot of people don't know that outside of San Diego. After batting .227 and committing 55 errors in 2 minor league seasons, he made a career and life-altering decision. And who hasn't made a couple of those, right? But this one went down good. Moved to the pitcher's mound, had an 18-year career, 61-75, 2.87 ERA, 7-time All-Star, 3 top 5 Cy Young finishes. And I have no problem whatsoever with Trevor Hoffman making the Hall of Fame. You're listening to Jake Robinson Sports Experience live out of Pawleys Island, South Kakalaki. And most definitely from the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. Now, Like I said, we had our little ballot that we did for the Hall of Fame and the Let's Talk Baseball fan page.